When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. The Nittany Lions will kick it away to start. Coming out with it, it's Jackson. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. So Air Force's offense will go on the attack first. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Well, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense. And if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. For young men who are going to make their living protecting the skies, they can cover some ground too.
There's no doubt. And they're going to cover the ground and be on the ground, stay on the ground, and be very...
In a world of trouble and not making it any better. And down he goes. A terrible sack taken by this quarterback. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Davis will throw. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Got his man on the right. And they get him down.
I think this defense really needs to start thinking about really fencing this quarterback in. You cannot let him go east or west, because he will extend the play with his legs and his speed and then hurt you throwing the football.
Unloads to the wideout. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down. The Falcons will call on their punt team. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. So Penn State's offense will have its first possession of the game. The matchup we'll be watching in this one really takes you back. Big-time running back going right into the face of a tackling machine at linebacker, David.
Yeah, and we're going to see this individual battle a lot, not just in pass coverage when they match up, but just meeting in holes. And who's going to win when they go head-to-head? That will be a big factor in who wins this football.
Turning it on! He'll step out of the...
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. It doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Let's take just a second and talk about Penn State. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They have lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable.
And the Nittany Lions will try to pin them back with the punt. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Davis looking to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Burt. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. I thought white noise was supposed to be relaxing. This is deafening on 3rd down. Grab near the marker. It's Burt. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. And the Falcons will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Going deep. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Finds a seam. Touchdown Air Force. And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. Finding open areas. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. The give to the back. And a short gain here in the first quarter will come to a close. That's the end of the quarter. Air Force has the lead here. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Wants to go up top. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Sims. Oh, what a cut! Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. The Nittany Lions want to pick up the tempo. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. The screen, he can go. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. The extra point here would tie the game. Man, he didn't just put it on his numbers. If he were throwing it at a front porch, he would have put that right in the keyhole. What a precise pass.
Right in the keyhole, right on the button, right on the face mask, whatever it was. Great throw, great timing. Nice job by the quarterback.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Davis will throw. Good timing on the quick out. He'll be knocked out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Good pickup there. The Falcons in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Fires to the tight end. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Wants to go up top on first down. Gets it out fast. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
And the Falcons can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Just missed on the connection, incomplete. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. They'll try to bully their way for the first. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. The Falcons are flying down the field. They'll ride the hot hand. Runs through the tackle. Trying to impose their will on the ground as he stopped after a 5-yard pickup to the 33. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Falcons can really attack on this 2nd and short. Gets the back moving. Back to pass. Quickly complete. Makes the tackle at the 27. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down. The Falcons come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Davis looking to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. Now down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's got it. They will score. Touchdown, Falcons.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab.
And that's a situation right there where the quarterback is just taking what the defense gives him. The defense has taken everything away down the field. Just take the easy throw underneath.
Fires one high and deep. Intercepted to stop the threat. Looking for more room.
And what a great job by the defense that time. Cover one, man coverage. And did you see how everybody was impressed? When you press receivers, you disrupt their timing. You get your hands on them at the line of scrimmage. You jam them. And it completely disrupts the quarterback and his thought process. And that time, that was a big reason that ball got INT.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Looking to buy time. Pulls it in. It's Burton. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Davis will throw. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And quite simply put, you don't see that happen very often against him. He is one of not just the best quarterbacks in the game, he's one of the best players in the game. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate that oftentimes doesn't make mistakes like that. He should have thrown that football away. He decided to try and do too much, and the defense made him pay. They get a massive, massive sack, and this offense loses a ton of yards.
Here comes the noise from this big crowd in Happy Valley on third down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Falcons will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, hitting them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. He'll pull it on the read. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Happy Valley.
Just about set to get this second half underway. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an
There he goes! He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. The Nittany Lions just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. They'll move the wide receiver. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. He'll pull it down and run. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain.
I love when you change the launch point, when you move the quarterback and bootleg him outside of the pocket. You can see he does a really good job of gaining depth as he goes outside. Now he's a threat to run the football or throw it. He has to drop back a little bit, then he can run the football and get a positive gain.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you got to put the ball out in front of your target. When you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a first down like they did right there.
He leaves it with the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Grabs it in the middle. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark.
In the slant route, you got to put that foot in the ground and cut in a hurry so you can create a little bit of separation from that cornerback, and a nice job with the concentration, plucking that football, pulling it in.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22.
That is how it's done on third down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the first down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Sims. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know it's...
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Penn State! They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
Took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
On the run from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. The give on the inside. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to compete.
Oh, he's got some space. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
The Falcons have it with a 1st and goal. Firing to the right, complete. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this touchdown Air Force. And that one will give them the lead. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off the play fake on 1st down. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Leaves it with the back. Hard running there. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball as the game goes on here in the 2nd half.
Complete to the right. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. The Nittany Lions will hustle to the line.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
Makes the grab and not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Nittany Lions with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving.
Base 27, John. Base 27.
Off the RPO, complete. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. And the Nittany Lions have their offense in high gear. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
It's complete to the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Jackson. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll snap it from the 25 here on 1st down. Davis looking to pass. Gets it out quickly. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the 4th quarter. You got a lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on 1st down. Better job on 2nd down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
And the Falcons with the 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jackson. Got to 1st down and more. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game.
And I think this will go a long way in determining the outcome of this football game. They're able to run the football with the lead late in this game. That's a good sign for this offense.
Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Caught in the backfield, it's Jackson. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Smart move to keep it on the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality.
Breaks into the open. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down.
And at some point for the defense, I'm just thinking, hey, man, like, it's got to be somebody else. I mean, the big tight end has made play after play after play today. And we know if it gets close in the 4th quarter, they're going to look his way, so the defense really needs to have a play.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Moving out of the pocket. He's going to run it. Out of bounds at the very edge of the red zone at the 20.
That's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading him out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical.
Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
We talk about having to have it. We needed to force the turnover. We had to get the football back. They're in such a good position to run out the clock, try to win. No, sir. Our ball, first down.
Guys, let's think big picture for a minute and talk about Penn State. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it, but finishing strong would kind of ease some of that. But Palmer, it's the body of work. Everything he did this season is going to be taken into account. And it's going to be tough, I think, for him to keep his job.
It's a combination of wins and losses this year, but it's also about who's out there. There's some good big-time candidates, some good coaches that could come in. We know they've got the money to spend. It just seems like they're going to make a change. This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's picked off for the third time today. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. As this offense tries to drain the clock, take the play clock down to a fraction of a second. Don't give the defense an inch to breathe. They'll give him one to the 28-yard line. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They give it to him again. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They've moved it to the 19, first and 10. From the gun, they'll try the middle. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And the quarterback's just going to take a knee. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end. You need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
And you can't teach that gene. You have